We are in Copenhagen, Denmark, everybody. One of the places with the happiest people on the planet. And this has turned out to be one of our favorite cities after traveling all over Europe with our two dogs. Julie and I, we've been to a lot of locations, and Denmark has definitely risen to the top. Now, we are living like locals during our 3-week stay here, and I will say that we did a house swap. You can always go to our house swap group on Facebook, WJT, Schengen Shuffle House Swap, and join in as well. But we saved a bundle by swapping our home in Montenegro and spending 3 weeks here. And we are living like locals. We're taking the trains, we're riding bikes, and we are learning why this country is so happy. And we're doing this with our two dogs as well. And as a special treat, I've got friends from high school along for this ride, one that lives here and one that joined us on the adventure. So stick around to the end and see what it's like to go out here and see if my marriage can survive. We're gonna go try to do the Copenhagen Metro and see if it's complicated or easy, and we'll give you a step-by-step instructions right now. I'm gonna fall down the stairs. You'll see my best man from my wedding, friend from high school, Renee, through this video with us. He joined us with our road trip from Montenegro all the way up to Copenhagen and spent a month with us. Okay. We got a couple different places here.
So here's the city pass small for zones 1 to 4, and this one's zone 1 to 99. And if we wanted this one, for 5 days, it'd be 340. And then if we don't want the pass like that,
Okay.
we can come back in and just do city center.
Let's do 24 for count. We need 2 additional tickets.
Just paying 24?
Okay, so now we're going there and we have 48. There we go. Authorizing. And yes, we want a receipt. Okay,
Right.
so we have our tickets. Okay. And that's what they look like. Let's go ride the metro. And on to the Saturday, and it's still standing room, so it does, don't count on a seat on the weekend. Okay, let's see if we made it to the center of town. Which way are we going now? Let's go. I think we made it the whole way. Now, I think we have to do a separate ticket to go back then. We do have a connections to the N1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Yeah, this is a pretty area. So that's where we came out of right there. Really a charming looking city right now from our impressions coming down to this area in the middle of town. Really beautiful. Bike parking lot. Definitely something to look into when you're coming. You got all kinds of bikes here. And now we were told that the Donkey app was Donkey Republic was the one to be checking out. First impressions, honey, seeing the downtown.
It is a beautiful city. It really is. Kind of reminiscent of Gdansk.
I know, I can fall in love with this area here. It's I liked Copenhagen the first time we came in, but now that I'm actually down in the center, I see it from a different angle, and it's beautiful. I can say that being here makes me feel like there's a romance in the air. It feels very romantic, so I've got to plant one on her. Hi! Okay, so I've got another high school buddy here with me. This is Kenny Doom now. Again, Renee Rosales from previous videos, but we are in Copenhagen, and this is great having a Hilltop High School reunion. Class of 86, 80s rock, everybody. Danny, good to see you, man.
Be a bit of 80s music tonight, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. We're going to be watching him at one of his gigs tonight.
Cool. And see if we can rent a bike. Bridge with your bike path.
So, just gotta make sure you know the rule of the road here, right? So you don't meander over to the wrong side.
If you're riding a bike, just treat it like a car. Don't stop in the middle. Don't kind of hand signals. Don't just swerve over because they get really busy. And this is a smaller one. There's a much bigger one down the way, and I go down and get tacos sometimes. What would you like? Okay.
There we go. 3 Hilltop Lancers in Copenhagen. Skål.
What is it? Cheers.
Skål. Cheers.
Okay.
So we're getting an authentic Danish in a Danish establishment.
Is it for him?
So it's $12.50 or 86 then Danish. This is what says $12.50, and the Danish bakery is going to get the
Danish bakery.
4 of us. Exciting.
Oh, I feel like
You excited?
kind of cool. I get to discover.
Okay, so this is really exciting. I feel like, you know, I was pretty ignorant because I just always knew what a Danish was, but I didn't think about a Danish being from Denmark. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But now we're going to actually break bread here in a Danish bakery.
This reminds me of something I grew up eating. Something lemon and I just can't remember. Maybe an icebox cake, something like that.
How do you like it? A lemon.
Too good. That's why I don't eat here very much. Be a habit for me. There.
A lot of food.
Pretty good price. Got really 4 of us eating on here for $12.50. So what's this?
This is an app called Too Good to Go, and it just basically it bakeries and restaurants and supermarkets and anything is selling surplus items. Bakeries are big, so this bakery that we're sitting in here right here has a cake bag at 5:15 to 5:30. You got to pick it up at that time. 30 kroner. So let's see, and it's got a rating of 4.3, which is pretty good. I mean, I usually, if it's over 4, I usually get it. So, but you don't know what's in the bag. Sometimes it's like a ton of just bread, which is what I want, and sometimes it's full of stuff like this, which I want, but really don't want in my life.
If you choose to live in Copenhagen, you will need a bike. This is the most bike-friendly city on the continent, with the exception to Amsterdam. There's more bikes in this building than there are people. So we've been taking the metro around Copenhagen quite a bit. And what do you think of the system here and the pricing?
It's a fantastic system, but the pricing is pretty high in all reality, I think. Let us know in the comments once we tell you. So we're spending about $3.70 each way per person, and we're really not going that far.
Yeah, about a 30-minute walk away. So when the weather's nice, it's, you know, it's good for walking if you have the time. But it's a bit cloudy right now, so we just kind of opted this time to jump on. And also, if you watch when Renee and I were going out, if it's late at night and you've had a couple beers, it's probably better to take this as well.
Well, and you do have other options. So there are lots and lots of bicycle paths and lots of rentable bikes.
The Donkey Republic app is the most popular app in the area. All those dots, those are bikes, and you zoom in, it shows you how many bikes on each of those dots. You use the app to unlock the bike, and you pay through the app as well. Now, we did a 3-day rental, and so for us, we ended up spending 399 Denmark or Danish krona for each of us for these bikes. And, you know, we had a lot of fun with them. They weren't cheap, however. How you doing your first 5 minutes on the road?
I'm learning.
You're learning? It's a little bit taxing, huh? You got bikes going all around you. It's like being on the Autobahn in a old-time Yugo.
Yes.
Owning a bike in Copenhagen is a must, and I will tell you what, the streets are not congested with traffic. So many people are riding bikes. You really don't have the traffic jams like you would in a big city.
Time for water.
here's the Little Mermaid statue. You can see there's a lot of people here to try to look at it, and it's amazing that this little statue gets so much attention. When you see the Little Mermaid from now on, you will know that behind that Serenity, you've got a huge crowd standing around that looks more like this. Not far from the Little Mermaid, you'll find this old windmill, and you'll find some Serenity. And this was definitely more Julie speed after biking all the way out to this part of the neighborhood here in Denmark. Sightseeing by bike is also much easier to get to the attractions, and then you have nature preserves to check out as well. Even in the middle of these nature preserves, you still have to watch out for other bike traffic as well. There's bikers everywhere, and it's great. Beautiful bike ride out here in this nature preserve. And just really just minutes from where we're staying. So out here in nature really quickly. It's a pretty place out here.
It's peaceful.
Very. Got our picnic.
We are.
Oh, you got some homemade mix of some sort. Got our chicken Kaiser rolls, some water. Halloumi, okay.
And pickled cabbage.
Nice.
Sauteed mushrooms.
Sauteed mushrooms, and here's our view. You can see the folks out there on their paddleboards, sitting out here by the waterfront along this biking path.
Gorgeous.
That's a gorgeous day. We're getting our exercise. I'm becoming a real fan of picnicking. It's so much fun out here, in especially Scandinavia. Not only is it cost effective, but I mean, talk about ambiance. It's just beautiful. One thing we wish we could import to the United States is this biking culture. Just seems like in the United States, once you got your driver's license, you forgot how to ride a bike for fun and for transportation. It sure makes life so much more livable to get around like this. If you choose to get around Copenhagen by car, you'll miss so much of the scenery and architecture.
Hey, Lidl by bike. Here we go.
We often shop at Lidl around Europe, which is a great grocery store with affordable prices. And here the prices were a bit higher than we normally would have, and we averaged out to about $155 a week for our grocery spend here in Copenhagen, Denmark. So I got a bunch of stuff in my backpack that's going to go in my back. Julie's got a couple things in her backpack, and then we have our bike baskets ready to rock and roll on our bike ride home. By taking the bike trails from where we're staying in our home swap, we were able to get to this Lidl on these paths and these roads that they make, and bridges and trails through the woods in about 10 minutes, maybe even less. Had we had to drive to this Lidl, we probably would have taken about 15 minutes. So taking a bike was actually the shortcut. Okay, so we're going over here to the Tivoli Food Hall. Well, what are we having here today?
Oh, sorry. This is Tivoli Food Hall. We're going to take you to Danish Smørrebrød today, which is usually a lunch thing. But since we're going to meet tonight, it's going to be a little bit later tonight. So it's a special sandwich, very Danish.
So we're doing Danish food. Let's go check it out, Kenny. So Kenny's taking us to show us a Danish popular type of sandwich. It's an open face sandwich, and they've come with different types of meats, cheeses, vegetables, and I didn't know what to expect, but they all looked rather gourmet and somewhat fancy. So we had high expectations to go along with what we perceived as a high price. We met some Danish folks that really said this is something we had to try before we left Denmark. So this was a must meal. So we're going to try to see if we find a place out here. If you need international medical coverage, or if you are looking for traveling resources, please go to warrenjulietravel.com. And if you're looking for international medical insurance, you can go to our international medical tab, and I am a licensed agent, and I'll be glad to help you out if you need a quote.
And I explain what we got here.
Okay, go ahead, Kenny.
This is smørrebrød frikadelle, which is like a Danish meatball made of pork. This one is fisk frikadelle, which is like a meatball made of fish. minced fish, and that was with capers. Same thing, and that was with shrimp.
Okay, let's give it a go.
On rye bread. Where have I been all my life? It's gonna be good.
Good? There you go.
It's a bit posh, this one. Usually it's a lot more kind of working class sort of thing. So
That's good. I'm not sure what kind of fish the main part is. The capers are really good. Capers make a pop. So this is actually really flavorful. It's actually a bit more filling than I was anticipating. It's a good tasting product. I mean, now we're doing the seafood one, but if you like pork or beef and other types of meats, they have a lot of different flavors. There's even a potato one. My buddy Renee and I went out to watch Kenny play that night. Julie stayed home with the dogs, and we had a blast. We got to meet locals, and we drank, and we drank, and we had a lot of fun. Each beer at the bar cost approximately $9, maybe $10. These are the greatest people here in Denmark. Right there, and it's a lot of fun. This is summer in Denmark, and you can lose track of time. Nights are really short. I am in so much trouble. We have stayed out till the sun is coming up. Oh my gosh, it's 4 in the morning and the sun is coming up. Oh my gosh. Okay, are we in trouble, Renee?
We're in trouble.
Oh, we weren't expecting this. Okay, going back to my lovely wife, Julie, I love you. We jumped the train back home, and the sun was up. But Julie forgave me, and I will tell you what, this house swap was fantastic. And how could she stay mad at me when she has such a beautiful place to stay? If you want to do a house swap, go to our house swap group, WJn&x House Swap Group. This was one great house swap. The neighborhood was fantastic. It's just a little utopia, and I can't say enough about how successful this particular swap was for us.
Absolutely, and Copenhagen's awesome.
I would definitely do this again. Is Copenhagen cheap or affordable? Heck no. It would have cost us $4,000 more for our 3-week stay here had we gone through an Airbnb. If we went for a studio, maybe it would have been $2,500 or $2,000. However, our other expenses came out to $475 a week. So that would have been a $5,400 stay had this not been a home swap. So this worked out great for us. Our basically 3 weeks in Copenhagen went way too fast. We really enjoyed it. I think this is one of our favorite cities now in Europe.
Without a doubt.
It's definitely more pricey than what many of the places we've been to have been. But as we mentioned, we did a home swap. So that really took out a huge part of this monthly hit for us. We also figured out why Denmark is considered one of the happiest countries in the world. We feel happy here, and I don't know if it's just contagious from the people, but it definitely gives you a positive vibe just being here around the Danish people, and it almost feels like sometimes it's a cult because they just seem so happy. But it's not a cult, but it's a great place. I encourage you to find some time to come on up and experience Copenhagen. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, give the video a like, and until next time, have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Ciao.